Hi guys, this is Shannon from the Diet Doc Lifestyle and welcome to the Facebook page. So we're going to do multiple segments here to keep you guys informed, supported, and having a good time. So this little segment is going to be about Myfitnesspal. So we really want you to look at Myfitnesspal as it is this amazing asset that whenever you want to know about what's in your food, you can find out at the click of a button. You can find out the macronutrients, the micronutrients, the calories, and really start to support and educate yourself through the process. So the app isn't perfect, but we're going to give you all the little tips and tricks that we've discovered along the way to make it as smooth and easy as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure that you are getting the premium app. We definitely recommend this because it will allow you to see the protein, carbohydrates, and fats at each meal. And because we're looking at how macronutrients are digested in your body and that we can only absorb a certain amount of each one at one time, this feature is incredibly helpful. I promise it'll make your life so much easier, and it's $50 for a year, so it's totally worth it. So we'll show you how to do that first, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm diving into the app here. I'm gonna bring it up. So this will be your home screen. If you do not have premium, you're gonna wanna choose My Premium Features. Oops. So this guy here is what you'll wanna select. I already have premium, so right now it doesn't show add premium, but when you do wanna find it, that's where you'll find it. After you've sorted that out, and it might take you, 7 minutes or so, depending on if you remember your password. Those things are important. And from there, we're going to go ahead and set up certain settings to make life a little easier for you. So we're going to go into settings. We're going to go into diary settings, diary sharing, and make sure that it's on friends only. So you'll want to make sure that you select friends only and then click the check mark in the upper right hand corner. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and go back. From there, we are going to go to customize meal names. Here you can actually go through and create your own meal names. If you're just starting out with this app, it's going to only have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and one snack option. So you can go ahead and create these however you'd like. This is an example that seems to work for most people, but honestly, whatever works for you, go ahead and do it like that. So after you've entered in your new meal names, you're going to want to click that check mark in the top right hand corner and then go back. The next thing we're going to do is go back all the way. And then from here, we are going to be able to see all of the features that this app has in store. Any meals or recipes that you create will be found here. You can see your nutrition pie chart here and also set your goals. So let's look at setting up goals next. So when you work with your Diet Doc Lifestyle clinician, you will actually set these up together. But for whatever reason, if you're going through and goals are changing, which they will, this is where you're going to adjust them. So you can see that we can set them up with a goal of either percentage or grams. So if you want to change the goal setting to percentage, you can do it like this, and you can see the percentages that you're looking for, or you can shoot over to grams and see the grams that you're shooting for per day. Whatever you do, make sure you press that little check mark in the top right hand corner. It's going to say it's updated your goals and we're all set. An additional feature here with the premium is that you'll be able to add daily goals depending on the activity level and the energy expenditure that's going on in your week. So for me, I have basically put certain days to be a little higher in calories depending on my goals and the type of energy that I'm using that day. So that's another feature that's awesome if you're someone that has an activity or a personal training, a physical fitness routine that you're implementing into our program. So once we've got that down, we can go back. Last but not least on this little starting tutorial is we're going to set up a custom alcohol entry. So how you do that is you're going to go to add, you're going to select food, and then just choose any meal here, it doesn't matter. I'm going to choose dinner. I'm going to go up here to My Foods, then select Create a Food, and brand name, I like to usually use an emoji, something like a glass of alcohol. Let me see. There it is. Let's do a glass of wine. And then description, I'm going to put with carb count. So with carb count, it will be 1 serving. Excuse me. Wine is 5 ounces. My bad. And 1 serving. So the reason that we do this, I will explain here in one moment. Okay, let's talk about alcohol real quick, because the whole idea of having a lifestyle is that you are now able to incorporate all of those things that you love into your lifestyle. And sometimes that includes alcohol. So because alcohol is not considered a macronutrient, meaning we don't require it for survival, when you enter it in with a generic entry in the app, it's going to show a calorie value, but it won't actually have a macronutrient value because technically it doesn't have a macronutrient. However, macronutrients are what make up energy. They make up calories. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that you will have a calorie value but no macronutrient value. So we have to give it something. We have to either put it in a protein, a carb, or a fat. And because the process of alcohol and how it's digested in the body is most similarly digested as a sugar, we are going to count it as a carbohydrate. And how you do that is you take the total number of calories and you divide it by 4, which is the amount of calories per gram of carbohydrates. So for example, if a glass of wine is around 120 calories, it's going to be approximately 30 grams of carbohydrates. So we're going to want to make sure we add that in. And when we add this in, now it's a really great opportunity to see and compare the amount of carbohydrates you're looking to shoot for at one meal and how that is going to fit if you choose to have a glass of wine. So let's say that your goal of carbohydrates for one meal is 45 grams of carbohydrates and your wine is only 30 grams of carbohydrates. Well, you're almost to your goal. So what we like to do is our best strategy is to keep the rest of the meal that is consumed when you're having that glass of wine or a glass of bourbon or a beer is to keep it to lean protein and fibrous vegetables to keep that carb count low and leave your body the opportunity to use the alcohol as energy, so to speak, but not to do it in excess. So I hope that makes sense. Your clinicians will absolutely support you through this. We love making alcohol fit into our meal plans because depending on your lifestyle and your preferences, it's part of life and we want this to be sustainable for you. So it's not something that we have any judgment whatsoever. If anything, we want to make it fun. So let's get back to the app. Okay, so now we're back into the app and we've made a little emoji with carb count, the amount of serving size, so 5 ounces for a regular pour of wine and 1 serving per container. And then we're going to go ahead and press the over button. We're going to go ahead and implement calories, so 120 for a traditional pour of wine, and then 30 grams of carbohydrates. These are the only pieces of information we really need in terms of keeping track, so I'm going to press that check mark button. It's going to ask you if you want to add any more information, and you can just click no thanks. When that's there, you'll see that it shows up in the meal that you placed it in, and to delete it, all you got to do, oops, that's not it, is slide to the right, hit delete, and then it'll be taken off of your menu if you don't need it anymore. So from there, if you want to find it again, you'll go into that plus button, hit My Foods, select any meal, come up here into My Foods, and you can see it right here at the top with carb count 5 ounces. And it's going to prompt you for some things. We don't need to go over that right now. But as you can see, we have the amount of carbs, calories, 0 fat, 0 protein, and if I wanted to save it in here, I would press that check mark. So we'll go back and back all the way, and that will be it for this time. And let me just wrap up this video real quick, and here we go. Okay, so those are the easy pieces of information just to get you all set up in the app when we start your program. If you are meeting your clinician in person, we will help you to go through this. Otherwise, you can be an overachiever and you can do it before you meet your clinician in person. So we hope this helps, and we'll give you lots of other tips on how to make this app as efficient and easy and fun as possible. And enjoy the day. Thanks, guys.